Welcome to the Farm and Home Show. This is Kristin Hildabrand, and I'm going to be your host. Visiting with us today is Emily Hunt. She's a floral designer with SOKY Floral Exchange. Okay, July is cut flower month, and you are going to be making a beautiful arrangement.
So what we have here, we have this white little low dish compote, and I don't think you can see, but on the inside I have what is called a frog. And what it is, it's got suction cups on the bottom, so it's secure on the bottom, the base of the dish here, and the water helps secure that suction. And then once you have your stem freshly cut, and you stick it into one of those prongs, and it kind of helps hold it up kind of linear and helps keeps it secure that way.
So you add that in first, and then you put your water in your vessel or compote.
Right. I'm going to add my greenery first and kind of green it in, and what that will do is we'll kind of create the shape of what I'm trying to create, and then of course later we'll do the focal points and the fillers and kind of top it off with your texturals and that sort of thing. But what I have here, I have a local abelia foliage, and then here it's more linear and it's got a little more soft to the touch, but it also has a great fragrance to it. This is mountain mint, so it smells really great. So your arrangement's going to look good and smell good too. This is a little bit more bushy, so I'll add that. In one of the first rules of design, you want to try to cover your mechanics. Of course, the frog is deep down in there, but you don't want to leave any gaps either. So I'm going to stick this down in one of those prongs and see how it's in there. It's pretty secure. And so I'm going to kind of go around the base edge, and then we'll add taller greens to help kind of create that shape that we're going for. So I'm going to go. You can make a diagonal cut, and of course that also helps with absorbing the water a little bit faster and easier with the flower. So now that I have the abelia in there, I'm going to move on to my next greenery that has a little bit more of a texture. It's a little bit more linear, and of course the smell too. So I'm going to chop that up, and I'm going to add that to give it a little more composition to it. And another important thing too when designing and when you're making your insertions is to have a clean stem. So I'm going to strip any of the excess and make sure that there's no additional foliage, because that later on will get your water dirty, and then which will ultimately decrease the vase life. So the rule of design is typically the rule of 3 or odd numbers, 3 to 5. It's tricky because you don't want to fill it up too fast with the greenery, but you want to fill it up at the same time, so it's a delicate dance. The next step, we're going to go with the secondary focal, which I picked a zinnia. That's very popular. The next thing that I'll add to the arrangement is one of my favorite local fillers, and can also act as a foliage, is honeywort. But these little so-called warts that's on the foliage, that kind of gives this acid splashed kind of effect to the foliage, and of course it has this little tiny purple and white bloom, and it's great. It has great vase life. And at this point in the arrangement, the goal is really to assess your arrangement and see if there's any gaps and holes that we need to fill up. The next thing what we have are these dainty, beautiful little delicate cosmos. They are very whimsical. That's their job. They add the whimsy to an arrangement. And another really cool thing about cosmos, it does have this really textural foliage. Often, if you have that left, you cut the focal stem off. A lot of designers use this as a textural element too.
I like that.
This grass is called explosion grass, and we're going to end the arrangement with the textural pieces. And wherever there's a hole, we'll add a little texture to it. But as far as vase life, grasses are the best, especially in fall arrangements. They're your go-tos. But this little guy will add just a little bit of Kentucky culture to it. But once you're finished with your arrangement, the best thing to do, like we said before, is just to keep fresh water. Just change it out every other day. Flowers, for the most part, do prefer cooler temperatures. They do, the longevity lasts a little bit longer with cooler temperatures. So if you have a big window in your house that gets a lot of sun, I wouldn't suggest putting your arrangement in front of the sun that spends 6 to 7 hours under the sun that day, so that will kind of cause them to wilt. But the best thing, just in the cool AC in the darkest corner of your house, switch out the water, and you should be good.
Thanks for watching, and we hope you have a great day.